seems small, but it can accommodate so many people.
Bit like Dan's mum.
I'm never drinking again. It's no big loss. I'm never drinking again with Aidan Parents and Dan Ross.
Hello and welcome to the Never Drinking Again podcast with me, Aidan Perrins.
And me, Dan Ross.
Who have we got this time, Dan?
Well, we are joined by another double act. Well, are we a double act? I don't know.
We're not a double act.
What are we, Aidan? let's put a label on this.
We are non-exclusive.
What are we doing here, Aidan? Have you been seeing other comedians behind my back?
So last week, or 2 weeks ago even, last episode, we had
Michael
Mike on.
Of the Kamikaze Club. This time we've got his comedy counterpart, Thom.
Yeah, and Scrubs a Night Out, which...
Yeah. Competitive podcasting as well, which I like.
Yeah.
Trying to have the better night.
Yeah, so is he going to beat Mike?
It's tough.
Who knows?
Mike set down a good marker.
Yeah, Mike got 8.5.
Yeah,
so.
which is like a whole one better than what you got.
Yeah, but you were... Well, I described it as a terrible night. Right, let's go on with...
Let's see how it goes.
So welcome, Thom.
Hi.
And also, Mike's still here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah,
But
against
only Thom we care about now.
yeah,
Fuck
against
off,
my
Mike.
better judgment, we left him here.
Yeah.
I've got,
how have the last 2 weeks gone for you guys? what have you been up to?
Great, I want a cage fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
in this studio.
Yeah,
Knockout or submission or...
Just basically, they decided I was better. just look at him, of course he is.
It's like, I'm not winning this, I'm off.
You wrote a mean poem about them.
Yeah.
About their feelings.
That's how you got to win in a cage fight. You can't just go in like throwing fists. You've got to break them down emotionally.
Yeah. That's why McGregor's so good.
That's my favourite. It's a Dylan Moran joke, isn't it? It's one of my favourite jokes ever. It's about how I couldn't win a fight, but if you punched me enough, I could probably bleed enough to drown him.
Oh, good.
So, where are we starting our night?
Okay, so pre-drinks is obviously going to happen because, we can't all afford to just go straight out.
And is it because you've recently heard that I enjoy pre-drinks and rate them very highly?
I mean, that's helped. So, yeah, I'm feeling pre-drinking. I know Michael went for, like, the house party option, but I'm feeling just like everybody pre-drinking
Just by yourself alone?
With a few others, but everyone, generally in the group that would come out, just generally having like 2 or 3 different areas of pre-drinking and then all culminating together on the actual night out itself.
Okay.
I mean, you famously don't like people.
Famously?
He's not famous.
That's completely the wrong word. It's just, I'm known for it.
Like, everyone knows Thom doesn't like people, but no one knows who Thom is.
You're on a podcast going out to the world now. Now it's famous.
Oh, yes. Big in Switzerland. But I mean, I could do a party, but I generally like pre-drinking with just a couple of others and then everyone masses together later on.
Okay. And what are we drinking?
I'd probably start off on, and don't fight me on this, Stella Artois, but European imported.
Oh, fancy.
Because British Stella is essentially nonsense.
That's almost more wankery than saying some like ridiculous unknown craft beer.
But there was a store that used to sell European Stella by me, and you could really actually taste the complete difference. Like the British one's full of chemicals and preservatives, whereas the European one has to stick to certain brewing laws, and it's just so much better and stronger and just makes me happier. So yeah, European Stella, and for anyone that fancies it, a Rioja.
Ooh, I'm partial to a Rioja.
I don't know.
A nice full-bodied Spanish.
I do like a Rioja. It's just not pre-drinks material, I would say.
Oh, you've not been drinking with me, right, boy.
I can't tell whether I like Rioja or whether I just like saying J's as H's. Whether it makes me Rioja.
Jalapenos.
And if you want to go fully crazy, you can start pronouncing Portuguese footballers' names and how they'd be pronounced in Portuguese. Because they pronounce S's as SH. So it's like Bruno Alves, Ruben Neves. Anyway, carry on.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Have you never
Did
heard...
you take Portuguese?
Yeah, but
from
have you
Sean
never
Connery?
heard... yeah. Welcome to Portuguese. Have you never heard pretentious commentators?
I am one.
Yeah. That's what we're here for. Anyway,
Right, so
Rioja.
European import Stella,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
some Rioja.
Some Rioja if people fancy a wine option. You know,
Right.
you can't just be like, here's one drink, drink
It's Stella.
that.
Get it
I mean,
down, yeah.
so I didn't see it as you forcing everybody else to drink what you want them to. I saw it as you're choosing drinks for yourself.
Oh,
But-
okay. If it's
but
drinks for myself, then yeah.
we can have you being the dictator for the night.
Oh,
That's absolutely fine.
Oh yeah, everyone has to obey my rules.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so if it's more for me, then yeah, definitely more like a European Stella, or probably something more like a. I don't want to get. You see, I want to leave a stout till later on. You can't just go straight in with the dark. So something like
Yeah.
a pale ale, maybe even.
If you
just
want to
something-
mention some brands that might send us some stuff,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I mean, anything from Tiny Rebels, basically a winner.
If you're listening, Tiny, let's.
Mr.
It's
Rebel.
literally a tiny rebel.
Jimmy Rebel, that's his name.
I just love the one they do.
I thought it was related to Tiny Temper. I'm sorry.
I love the one they do Kutch, because
Yeah.
I'm like a quarter Welsh, so it's like my people making my beer, and it's one of my favourite Welsh words in
Cwtch.
the world. Little Kutch. Oh,
Go for the clutch.
Does it mean anything?
It means
Yeah.
cuddle, doesn't it?
yeah, it's like a little hug,
Okay.
little cuddle. So it's like, oh,
That's a nice
Little
name
huddle in the can.
for a beer, because when you've had
Yeah.
a beer, you do feel like you're having a bit of a cuddle.
it's just like, oh,
That's why I use it to replace real human relationships.
yeah. Hence why I don't like people. I prefer beer. So yeah, little Kutch, little hug, little moment to yourself. So yeah, that.
Did you hear about Tiny Rebels like controversy when they went into supermarkets?
No.
Because their logo is like a little teddy bear that's like gone a bit mad.
Yeah.
And because of that, for some reason, despite it being in the beer aisle, loads of kids thought it was like Fanta.
Oh.
And so they were like, "Mummy, Daddy, buy me this."
Well, there is one, and it's a teddy bear and then a pineapple.
Yeah,
and it
Club
does look
Tropical,
like
yeah.
a kid's drink.
Yeah, I could see how that would work.
But it does say tropical IPA on it in big letters as well.
I mean-
Well, it says tropical IPA in little letters. It says Tropica in
Yeah.
big letters.
The parents could just say no.
well, yeah, I mean that is also
I mean, Mummy, Daddy, I want a Red Bull.
But I mean, I've worked in a bar where
you
people
serve children.
people have come up and like pointed at that in a fridge full of beer and gone, but that one's a soft drink, right?
No.
Like grown adults being like, that's a soft drink. No, it's not. No, look at it. No, I know the drinks I sell.
Why do people just assume that kind of thing? That's what really.
Yeah, I
annoys
love
me.
this. People have the idea that because this be what me want, this is what it is. It's
Yeah,
like no,
it's-
like
I don't like people assuming they know more than me when they're saying a lot of wrong things.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot, especially working with him. So,
we're on
Right,
the Tiny
yeah.
Rebel,
so on the Tiny Rebel, yeah.
a small select crowd
hmm
in the pre-drinks, and then where is the next port of call?
Well, we're all going to gather, and I can already feel him annoyed at this when I tell you this.
I literally don't know what you're going to say. It's in your head.
BrewDog in Birmingham.
Ugh.
See? But
Maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. When just a few months after it opened, when it still wasn't that well known, and you didn't get gangs of like stag doos going in.
Yeah,
It's not even that. It's like, it is a nice place, and I do like some of the beer, but it's all the lads who were there. It's like, oh, lads, what are you having? Lager.
That's it.
Like, go to any other bar.
Yeah.
It's opposite.
It's not-
It's
it's
not
This is
for
not
you.
your place.
this is not for you.
Well, I've the amount of times I've just sat there and I'm enjoying a nice drink, and the amount of people coming in, do you do carling? Clearly they don't. Fuck off to the railway. It's over
Yeah.
there. Go
Oh
on.
yeah, that's it.
Over the road.
Yeah. So I'd be there because it's sort of just the right area in the centre of town.
Yeah,
It's everyone would know where it is. It's a good meeting point.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's right by the railway station as
I
well.
mean, you're
so-
thinking logistically. He went from Norwich to Edinburgh.
I mean,
We're going to go crazy. We're just starting off nice.
So, okay, fine.
Okay, so
What are you having?
they used to do hardcore IPA, which is like punk IPA, but so much better. It was about like 9.5%.
I was going to say it sounds like a dipper
That's
version
too
of
Oh, it was so
too
nice.
much. Keep
It-
it session. It's too hard.
And I think it was what I'd call my first like lesson of drinking that level of beer.
yeah.
Because when I first went in, I thought 9.2%, that sounds good. Have a hardcore IPA. And I went to neck it, and I learned very quickly you should never neck a beer like that
No,
because it will hurt you in all ways imaginable, both emotional,
Psychologically,
physical.
physically.
Yeah, I had to spend like I think it was about 10 minutes outside just like doing breathing exercises because I couldn't physically work out what was happening to my body. So that's my drink of choice.
good start
The one
to the
that-
night.
You're starting on a 9.5.
Yeah. And
What? That's a bad night.
No, but he can choose
He
his
can,
level
yeah.
of drunkenness
Yeah.
as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
He can choose to have these nice drinks, but not necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
fair enough.
So I'd go hardcore very early, but then I'd try and mellow out throughout the evening. So yeah.
See, that's actually the right way to do it. You want to start strong, and then you get drunk quickly, and then drink lighter drinks to basically maintain
Top it
your
up,
level,
yeah.
rather than
Okay.
proceed. What most people do is drink stronger and stronger stuff throughout the night, and end up hammered in the last hour.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have certain safety drinks, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, where you know you've had a few, but it's like, right, okay, well, stick with this. Everything's fine. You know.
Yeah. That's usually Guinness for me.
Yeah. It slows everything down.
Yeah.
Because you can't drink.
Yeah,
like
it takes-
you can't drink that much of it.
It takes 20 minutes to drink a pint, so you just calm down.
It's
and,
essentially a meal then. It's like great.
But it's one of the lowest calorie beers.
I know.
It
Wonderful,
also
isn't it?
contains iron, so good if you're pregnant.
Oh,
It's
excellent.
not just if any pregnant people are listening, don't drink Guinness.
Don't
No,
drink
you
Guinness.
can.
no.
You shouldn't.
Well, no, you
Like,
Oh no, yeah, you can drink.
No, but I
tequila,
mean,
you
like,
shouldn't.
it has it has like a half pint of Guinness is good for pregnant
I
women.
mean,
you should probably eat spinach instead. But
Oh, absolutely.
fuck spinach.
I mean,
Drink
you said,
Guinness.
You said you could.
But I'm sure
do
I'm
heroin.
pretty sure that's not the advice anymore. It's like
I mean, it'd be a
it's
good
alcohol
marketing
and it's bad.
slogan though.
Well,
Fuck
it used to
spinach,
be,
drink
It was,
Guinness.
yeah, Guinness is
and
good,
then they
yeah.
stopped it because they stopped giving that
No, but
advice.
it still would be beneficial.
I don't think it
It-
would.
Okay, there's
I'm
parts.
just trying to defend Guinness.
There's
for this
parts of the
episode.
Guinness that would, but there's also parts that would be not beneficial.
Let's take a look.
Siri's kicking up. Oh, that was my fault.
Oh, Siri, what are you
It's
like?
not even
that-
Siri. It's
Come on,
Google.
mate. Airplane mode. Think about it.
But that was advice they gave out before microvitamins. You know.
Yeah,
you
that
can you just buy them from Tesco
I
now.
mean, there's a reason why food organisations tell you not to wash your chicken anymore because people got sick.
Patrice Evra.
What?
Does he wash his chicken?
No, he
It's a famously dirty chicken.
there's the video of him licking a raw chicken. Have you not seen it?
No, I haven't seen this video of
This is
Why are
Patrice
you ruining
Evra.
my heroes?
This was high internet meme for me. I don't know whether it's
Really?
maybe whether this is just like something you know from No Man United. But yeah, there's a video of Patrice Evra like licking a raw chicken, and he says he used to put raw chicken in his football boots, and it helped him play. See, that's why I never became a professional footballer. I didn't put raw chicken in. I had all the other attributes except the
That just
squishy
sounds like
boots.
The greatest level of bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
Well, no, maybe he just he ran really fast because he wanted to get out of his boots as quickly as
Yeah,
possible. So
like, this is
chicken
gross.
out.
Like, some things I can understand superstitions of like, oh yeah, they did it once when they were young or something. But how would you even get to that with raw chicken?
Well, he'd gone to the shops and he was getting his dinner ready.
And they were like, "Do you want a bag?" And she was like, "No, I'm going to carry it."
Or none.
Where-
Right in my pumas, come on.
And then he was getting his boots on ready to go. Whoops! And then he just carried
Anything
on.
to avoid that 10p
Yeah.
plastic bag.
Right, so
Yeah, that's all right.
So you're having raw chicken in your shoes and
Raw chicken in my shoes.
Patrice
having a
Evra's
drink.
rocking up looking some chicken.
Is it your celebrity guest?
Oh, no.
who are you with at BrewDog?
I'm probably with, I'd say a mix of, and I'm sorry to take this from you, but the comedy friends.
Yeah.
Like, because they're just a good bunch of people. And also some of my friends that I used to have from my Amdram days.
Oh, nice.
Back when I used to tread the boards as a youth boy.
Youth boy.
That's a youth
Youth
boy.
boy.
That's
Youth boy.
That's what they're called, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You see them hanging around in parks,
Alright.
youth boys.
Youth boy, you shall be in my play.
in my one, I chose to go back in time, so I was younger. Are you being exactly the same age?
Oh,
or-
I'm exactly the same age.
But so that's people you've not seen for 10 years.
Yeah,
That's gonna be weird.
yeah, they're still
Well, if
good.
not-
They're still good people.
Yeah, but once you've had a 9.5% IPA, the conversation's going to flow.
Yeah, exactly. Everything's irrelevant after that. And as we know, I'm the dictator of the night, so we're all drinking the same level, so we're all fine.
Here's a question I forgot to ask. Are you inviting each other on your nights out? Because me and Aidan did our episodes and didn't invite each other. Like, our ideal night out does not involve you, Aidan.
See, because all of my friends from uni, everyone's basically got married apart from the comedians, because comedians are great at,
Avoiding.
Social anxiety.
Repulsing.
basically, my social life is, and they're great people, I love them to bits, but my social life is comedians.
Yeah.
So, and usually it's after gigs now as well, because I go out mostly just to gig. It's become the social life. So yeah, it would, yeah.
Yeah, I would begrudgingly invite him.
I mean, yeah, because we'd both do stand up on our own right, but we'd mostly do the double act. So yeah,
Yeah.
you'd just be there by default, basically.
By proxy. So yeah, I think that's generally the list of folks that I'd invite out.
So with BrewDog as well, would you want a seat? Because this is a big thing for me on nights out now. Like, I went out with my mates last weekend to... My mate lives in Reading, and we went out. And he was like, oh, we could go here, here, and here. And I basically said, wherever we can get a seat, that's where I want to go. And BrewDog's quite bad for...
That's an age thing, I think.
Current BrewDog, yes. Past BrewDog, not a problem.
He's talking about when no one knew about it. So
yeah.
Probably pretty empty.
Yeah, especially the downstairs area where they used to have like
Those are the best seats.
all the old sofas that they just acquired over time, and just in that little area, perfection.
I remember watching Mexico-Germany there at the 2018 World Cup. One of the best day drinking sessions of my life. Mexico won as well.
That does sound pleasant.
It was always bad toilets, though, and you do need a good toilet in a pub.
They were grand
There's
toilets.
comic books.
Yeah.
Exactly. You could read Deadpool while you're taking a shit.
No, I like to get in, out, and gone. I don't like to spend my time.
Oh, you don't know how to live.
No, like I would rather read a comic book afterwards as a reward for a job well done.
Yes, but
It
you
was
can
tough.
kill
We got
time.
through it.
Like, I don't
Here's
get-
X-Men.
Like I don't get people who take their phones in when they're going for a poo or something because it's like just do it afterwards in a room that doesn't smell of shit.
It's a case of killing time.
In, out, and gone.
In, out, and gone.
Just why are you spending your time on the toilet?
Because I like
Look
avoiding
at his
people.
diet.
Those tubs of mayonnaise have got to go somewhere.
But yeah, I just like avoiding people, and the toilet's the perfect place to do it.
Then why are you having a dream night out? Just stay in having a shit with cans.
So, just to review your night out, you've stayed in and had a big shit. It's 10 out of 10.
Just really flushed it out your system.
You've ordered a pizza, but you refuse to look the driver in the eye. So well done, you.
Let's talk about consistency.
Yeah.
So, we're at BrewDog.
We're at BrewDog.
We're at BrewDog.
We're taking a shit.
We're taking a lovely dump and having a good read of X-Men.
Favourite X-Men?
X-Man.
Favourite X-Man?
X-person?
Beast.
That's a good chat.
Intelligent, but also furious.
Beast-like.
Yeah. Plus
Okay.
Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah. Or Nicholas Holt.
Open the floor for discussion. Any
Yeah.
other X-Men?
Favourite Beast? Who? My favourite?
Favourite Beast?
Brock Lesnar.
The Jabberwock.
Brian Blessed.
Oh!
He's a good beast.
He's
Isn't
the
he?
ultimate beast.
In the old cartoon series, Cyclops is it?
Yeah.
He was my favourite of the cartoons, but
I liked Gambit.
He never translated onto film for me.
I know nothing about comics, so
I liked Gambit in the cartoons.
Yeah.
He was
Like
good, yeah.
Louisiana accent and just lobbing cards at
Yeah.
people. I like anyone whose special skill is just chucking stuff at
Yeah.
Fuck off!
It's pots and pans, man!
how do you feel about the javelin at the Olympics then? That's just throwing stuff at
Yeah,
the
that
things.
I like to imagine that they're superheroes.
Oh, he loves a discus, he does.
They're already in Lycra. You know?
Mr. Discus.
The worst Olympic event though is the shot put because it's incredibly difficult and incredibly heavy, but looks pathetic.
Yeah, they make them look
Because
so
it's
silly.
small.
I think it was just a skinny man's attempt to make strong men look silly. So you got to throw this, but you got to do a little dance first.
And then you're only going to throw it like 5 meters.
Yeah. He's just off there running like, you look stupid.
Right. Where are we going after big shit at BrewDog?
After our massive shit at
Hospital.
BrewDog, to check our iron levels. More Guinness, please. Here's where we go on a bit of an adventure. We go to an area called Weems Bay in Scotland. Small fishing village, just about half an hour outside of Glasgow, and to a bar called the Station Bar, which is the smallest yet greatest pub I've ever been to in my entire life. It's just a tiny bar next to a railway station and like a jetty for a ferry, and it's right by Rothsea, and it's beautiful. And the amount of times I've got blind drunk in there, because I've got family over in that area, and every time I go and visit them, it's always straight to the station bar, run into people I haven't seen for years, and just get wildly drunk. We went up during the 2002. Yeah, 2002
that was a year,
World
yes.
Cup, where England were playing. I think they got knocked out by Portugal that year.
2002 was
No,
Brazil.
Brazil. That was the
Oh,
run
The Ronaldinho Seaman.
Because I was
Or it may have been
Portugal
David
was
Seaman.
No, wait.
2006.
And 2004.
That was
2004 Euros.
2004 Euros and
Yes.
2006 World Cup.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
I
So
was doing GCSEs 2002. Yeah.
yeah, I've got it wrong. So it's 2004. Apologies, and we got knocked out by Portugal. And my, I think uncle by marriage. I can't really understand to describe it.
What other ways are there to be uncle?
Decided to.
Your dad's brother?
Uncle by blood, yeah.
Or your mum's brother.
Of course, yeah.
There's many ways to become an uncle.
There is.
Yeah.
There are some people that you'll say they're your uncle and they're not even related.
I know.
Yeah,
Family
that's the one I
friend.
don't get. Yeah, that's why I always associate uncles with just family friends. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. How's that? Oh, okay, yeah.
Not physically related, but yeah. So, the amount of banter coming off, I fucking hate saying that, but the amount of like jokes going back and forth between like us 4 English people and a room full of Scots, just it was so fucking brilliant. It was just really light-hearted, drinking Tennent's because it was pretty much the only beer they had at the time.
Do they still sell? Because the first time I went drinking in Edinburgh, it was out of Fringe season, and it was just found one bar and it just had light or heavy beer.
Like,
Pint of heavy, always a pint of light, and that was it. So that was all. Yeah.
bad or angry. So yeah, I'd go there, and I think this is where I'd invite my celebrity as well.
Okay, who we getting?
I am bringing in Nick Offerman,
Oh, that's a good
Parks and
shout.
Recreation, to enjoy a couple of fine whiskies.
There's that great bit in Parks and Rec where they take it's the Lagavulin distillery,
Lagavulin,
yeah.
and it's just like he just sat on the hills like drinking that, and it's just like that's just perfect.
Reading poetry. It is. It is the dream world,
Reading
Yeah.
poetry.
It was Robbie Burns, wasn't it?
How
The-
pretentious
yeah.
are you? Yeah.
mate. With fine Scottish whiskies in the Highlands. Yes,
Bloody hell.
yes, please.
It was
Just get
Burns
some-
night
Oh, I'm
recently.
sorry. It's not the Norwich Playhouse for
So
you.
you've gone from cans and having a shit to
I'm
fine
a complex
whiskey.
man. I have many layers. So yeah, I really respect Nick Offerman as a comedian, as a writer,
Carpenter.
and definitely a carpenter. He's an excellent woodworker, and I just think the idea of drinking whiskey with him would be a fucking wonderful adventure, especially in Scotland.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I think
Yeah.
that's a great shout.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a bit left field as well. It wasn't like
Would it be
'cause
purely?
it's someone that not everyone knows the name and stuff.
Yeah, but the second you mention like Ron Swanson,
Yeah.
Parks and
Yeah,
Rec, people,
like, people know-
Yeah.
Him, but they might not necessarily know the name. So
Would it be?
left field choice.
So speaking of like mentioning things to try and get us scent-free stuff, we've talked about Scottish whiskey. So would it be purely Lagavulin or McKellen, Glenfiddich,
Lagavulin
Glenmorangie?
would play a
Glenlivet.
role, definitely. I'm mainly more into like single malts and that sort of thing. So Glenfiddich is quite nice. No, not Glenfiddich. Glenmorangie.
I love Glenmorangie. Yeah.
Glenmorangie. Like I had that at my granddad's funeral a couple of years ago, and the bottle was gone within an hour.
Yeah.
It was so good. Anything sort of peaty in that sort of style.
I've never learned how to. I think whiskey is one of the drinks you have to be taught how to drink it.
Yeah.
So I just drink it as like I'll drink Jameson's, but it's, no, I can't. Just can't be doing it. I think you've got to be.
Why do you have to be taught to drink it? You just
I don't
drink
know.
it.
It's just because there's so much.
I think to appreciate it.
Because there's so much about it's aged and it was I don't know, a cow licked it once and then a Scottish man played a bagpipe somewhere 2 doors down. It's like I don't care.
And like a prostitute looked at it, and therefore it's now sacred.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if it's nice, it's nice.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's not.
yeah.
That's all it is.
See,
after.
I don't think anyone actually likes whiskey, but it's that expensive.
So I
They
have a
have
thing
to.
where I drink whiskey, but I don't know if I like it or if I like ordering it.
Do I look good or do I really like this?
Yeah.
I'm the same with wine in restaurants. I don't bloody know. If I'm on a date or something, I'm trying
I'm
to
not
press a girl.
Don
it's like,
Draper. I'm Aidan Perrin.
Yeah,
I know you got
because
confused.
also whiskey, like I do try to ban myself from drinking it because when I drink it, I think I am James Bond.
Oh, okay.
If you have like a really peaty one, it just makes you feel good. Like a really strong
Yeah.
peaty. I feel it in the shoulders. It just like
It's weird. I like
relaxes you.
yeah.
I like smoky flavors and I like sort of dark but I've never been one for like smoking or
Yeah.
I've never smoked cigarettes or anything. I like a good Cuban cigar, but only on occasion with a rum.
Is that in the toilet or is that?
That's during the shit.
It's to mask the smell. But yeah, so that would be definitely the next destination, which is Weems Bay's station bar drinking.
So how small is this pub? You mentioned it.
Oh,
Tiny.
it is about the size of the room that we're currently in now.
Well, you said there's quite a few people, so will we all fit?
Yeah,
Or some people have to go outside.
Yeah, that's
or...
the beautiful thing. It's like the TARDIS. You go in, it seems small, but it can accommodate so many people. I can't unless you physically go.
A bit like Dan's mum.
Okay, I was about to say a bit. I was about to say a bit like Aiden's asshole, but I thought I'll rise above that. Whereas Aiden went for the your mum joke straight
Absolutely
away.
not above that.
Oh, I love a your mum joke. They're just not used enough.
They're a dying art.
They really are.
Yeah.
A nice subtle one like that as well. You're not seeing it. Yeah, cracking.
To be fair, I do your mum jokes, but with my brother.
Yeah, I do that with my mother as well.
So it's always like, oh, your mum. She's your mum too, dickhead.
Ah, mum, then.
Yeah.
Mum loves it up the ass.
One of my favourite things I ever did was we used to work together, and we had to go to like a forum meeting because we used to work in like a supermarket brand together.
Yeah.
I'm not naming them. It's fine. So we went to a forum meeting, and there's him representing one store, me representing another. We're all going around the room, sort of introducing ourselves. Gets to my brother, goes, "Yeah, I'm Dan. I'm from store blah blah blah. I'm here to represent them." I went, I'm Tom. I'm from store blah blah blah. And I'm his brother. And they went, "Oh, so you're actually brothers? You're not like, yo, bro." And no. We did fall out the same woman. Level
Fallout.
the room. I was so happy with it.
I mean, looking at the side view, whoever was first, the next one did fall out.
Hello. Basically, bungee jump my way out. It was great. We're not small boys.
Do you want to just insult Mike's mum as well? Just give me the
yeah,
trifecta.
Chuck it in.
We'll get round to it, I'm sure.
For an equal equalities insulters, it's fine. Yeah.
But that was more an insult at Tom than his mum.
Okay.
It's more sympathy towards his mum.
The poor
You wanna
woman's
get in
gone for
touch?
enough. The worst part is she wanted to do it again.
Oh, thank God she stopped it too. Bloody hell.
Right, Nick Offerman, whiskies.
Yes. I think
Not your
that's-
mum, I'm guessing.
I mean, she can come along if she wants. I'm not forcing her, right?
Okay.
It's a long commute.
Says you going from Norwich to Edinburgh in the blink of an eye.
Yes, but I've embraced the magic. You haven't. You've not accepted
There was an
the
element
magic.
of magic
He's
involved.
got Nick Offerman there. Nick Offerman's not hanging out with him otherwise.
Yeah. Oh. And now you've made
So
me
I
sick.
think
he
crush your
would.
dreams, but
I'd like to feel we could be friends.
there are some celebrities who I'm like, if they met me, I'm
Yeah.
sure we'd get along.
Oh, yeah. But they're generally terrible people that I think would get along with me, so...
Right, well,
That's killed it dead.
where are we going next?
I've not really thought about it overly much. I would probably say back in Birmingham, and I don't want to feel like I'm treading too much on toes here, but I like Mike's idea of the flapper. It was
You didn't like the flapper?
yeah, but
I swear he said it and you went, really?
yeah, but
Genuinely, we've had this conversation, and I was like, "Oh, I'm really going to miss the flapper." Like,
Yeah, we had this
never
conversation
went.
2 weeks ago.
We did have this conversation 2 weeks ago.
but it did have some good times. I went
No,
to
no,
Sounds,
that's
that sounds
why-
ominous.
That's why I picked it for my one.
It's that's the same place where I swore at Edwina Curry. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
And this is
story
anecdote
time.
time, yeah.
so she was doing basically it was right before Corn and Limp Bizkit at the arena. So obviously pre-drinks at the Flapper.
And was it 2001?
Yes, we hadn't found out she was fucking John Major at this point. So right before we went in, pre-drinks at the Flapper, I went to go use the toilet, but the staircase was blocked off, and I was looking down trying to work out what was going on. No one would let me down to go use the toilet. And Edwina Curry comes out, dressed like a 70s style punk with a leather jacket,
Oh, God.
hair done up wildly, and she's been followed around with a video camera because they're doing a debate in the performance area downstairs, and she's like taking part in it. And she comes out and she does quite a coy like smile, but also finger to her lips, thinking like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm being cheeky and I'm in the Flapper." And I think I very audibly said the phrase, "Oh, fucking get on with it."
Get on with what? A performance?
No, get on with getting out of the way so I can go for a piss. So yeah, I swore at Edwina Curry.
I got thrown off the radio for calling Tory MP. I used to live in Lichfield, and the MP there is Michael Fabricant.
Oh, he's a wanker.
Well,
He is
his name's Fabricant, and I was being interviewed just on a voting day because I was like the youngest person, for an hour by one of them little cars, And they're sort of saying, "Oh, well, who did you vote for? Did you vote for Fabricant?" And I was like, "No, I didn't, but I changed a vowel in his name, a very important one, so I called him Fabricant 3 times." And then the lady goes, "Oh, did you mean?" I was saying it wrong. Did you know you're doing that? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, fully aware.
And then I was on my way. Live on Radio Stafford or whatever. Staffordshire. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
It's justified.
Just a quick thing though, with the celebrity inviting, do they stay with you for the rest of the night?
If
It's
you
up
wanted
to you.
to, yeah.
Oh yeah, Nick Offerman's staying with me. I have many questions to ask him. I'm sure he'd love that. Yeah, I'd like to introduce Nick Offerman to the Flapper. I'm sure he'd go down a
He
storm.
won't be your friend for long.
Yeah, he just goes. He swears at some other Tory MP.
Why are you playing Papa Roach?
Yeah, I think the Flapper is one of the better ones in Birmingham.
And yet you said you didn't like it when it closed.
Yeah,
It closed like 3 weeks ago.
I know, but yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. I do and don't like it, but it's sort of one of those where you kind of had to go for a night out, but it didn't. I can't really explain it. I didn't.
You could have said they're 1,000 trades. I don't know what goes on there, but
1,000 trades in Birmingham, you say? Oh, we'll get to that point. Yeah, so I'd probably go there. Still keep drinking whatever ridiculous beers they have on offer. I think Trooper was the last one I had there.
Oh,
The Iron Maiden beer, yeah.
Oh yeah.
their last night was great because it was the last night.
Drink the bar dry.
Yeah, so he just went up there and was like, "Can I have have you got any beer? No. You got vodka? No. Can I have 4 drinks, please?"
Anything in cups, give them to me.
Now, my uni student union bar, they used to drink the bar dry at the end of every year,
Oh, nice.
with the spirits. And it's like, do you not realise you could just wait a couple of months till the next year? And then, no, it's all okay now.
Yes, spirits.
Yeah.
will last.
It's open, it'll go off, definitely.
Like mayonnaise.
I mean, I'm not complaining, but equally, there's a business side of you. This makes no sense, guys.
Spoken like a true barman. Well done.
Fuck it.
It's like, who's going to do the line check? Some inside bar knowledge there.
Anywhere.
You know
the
what?
Flapper,
After the
post-Flapper.
Flapper, I'd probably suggest, purely because I've never been in there and I do want to have a look-see, and plus it'd be like an activity sort of thing, Flight Club.
Oh, the
darts-based
place.
bar in town. I've never been in. I've no idea what the atmosphere is like or the clientele.
You are wasting your dream night out here. You could go that anyway.
This is like the third time that's been mentioned on this podcast.
Yeah.
Really?
Because the first time it was mentioned, I was like, oh, I'm not a fan, having never been. Second time it was mentioned, I was like, oh, that place sounds great, still never been. If you haven't tell them, make everything up on the spot.
Flight Club, if you're listening, you want to invite us down, free drinks,
Yeah, we'll promote you. I'll say you're brilliant from now on if you are.
If we all say it, we might get a free go.
Yeah.
Flight
Club is the best.
Flight Club, where
Look-
dreams go to be born.
Lovely darts.
Dark.
That was quite
It's better than Paul. Can I have my money now?
We got
Come on, don't be tight. Come on,
we
let's
got
go.
we got given free pizza before the last episode.
We did.
nice.
Yeah.
It was nothing to do with the
Nice.
podcast, but
Oh, okay.
it was a pizza place in Birmingham that giving away free pizza to people who work in the bar, the hospitality industry.
Oh, that's fair.
nice.
for January.
For January, yeah, next month it's going to be another job.
And this episode comes out in February.
Yeah, so in February, some other workers,
Good luck to those guys.
yeah, with their shit non-hospitality-based jobs.
That you get to go to normal events
Yeah,
on weekends
yeah.
and evenings.
You know where you can go on weekends, normal nights, and everywhere else? Flight Club.
Flight Club, I think it's great.
Flight Club.
Go on,
People of all races. I was like, I started that sentence and then I didn't know where I was going. Because every other bar in Birmingham is very racist.
Oh yeah, you have to be
Especially
a
the
certain,
one Dan works at.
Yeah.
you have to be a very
Yeah.
certain shade.
You shouted the name of where I worked in the last episode.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
everyone,
don't do that again.
If people are repeated listeners, they'll
Yeah.
well, in fact, all the listeners know me and know exactly where
Yeah.
it is.
And also, my place of work is not racist. Just to clarify.
Just to really hit that one home, yeah. Not racist, absolutely fine. Everybody welcome.
What are we drinking at Flight Club?
I
don't
don't
know,
even
you've
know
not
what
been in.
beers they have, so just generic.
You can make them sell
oh,
things you want.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, I'm going to make them sell Pêche de Mortel, which is a Canadian beer. Fuck off. It's a Canadian beer, which is the closest I've ever had to Tokyo Star from BrewDog, without it being Tokyo Star.
So
It's
why
like-
don't you want Tokyo Star?
because it's cheaper.
Okay.
Well, it's the dream night, though. It can be free.
Money is not an option.
I mean, you've paid for Nick Offerman to hang out with you. It's,
Oh, I thought I blew the budget. So, okay, I'll have both.
Yeah, and I've
Pêche
heard-
Mortel and Tokyo Star.
I've
so we
heard
can all
Flight Club
compare.
are very generous as well. So I'm
I've
sure
heard that.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's very reasonable.
Yeah.
yeah.
Value for money. good darts.
They probably do other things as well.
Yeah. The world is your oyster at Flight.
You've got
Flight
some
Club.
drinks. They might even have
£1.80
food.
shots.
It's
What a wonderful
let's all go
place.
to Flight Club.
They'll let you throw darts at people you don't like.
Ooh.
Oh.
Actually, they would do it.
Throw one at Edwina Curry.
All right, you got to throw a dart at one person. Who would it be? And where?
Okay, if I could throw a dart at one person, Donald Trump.
Okay.
When you ask where, is in like location or where upon
where
him?
on this person? Yeah. Not like in Spain, because the weather's nice.
Donald Trump, the forehead.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you are. Do you feel satisfied? That's got a question there.
So that experimental new podcast format, I don't think it's going to take off.
Welcome to the latest episode of Who Would You Throw a Dart At? With Michael
Welcome to
Bell.
One dart.
Yeah, I'm actually going to get sponsored by Flight Club to do a podcast.
No, they always operate dart safety. So.
So after we've had our drinks at the Great Flight Club, is there anywhere else you're going to head to?
One bar I do really love, which I discovered doing gigs recently, is Paradiddles in Worcester. It's a tiny little bar cum cafe. They've got a really nice stage area for performances, and the best part about it is it's one of the only bars I've seen anywhere recently where they sell local artists paintings on the walls, but also local musicians EPs. They've got them categorized, so they've got like jazz bands from like the Midlands, they've got punk bands, they've got general rock bands, and you can buy the EPs from the bar. And I've discovered a couple of bands from doing that.
That's cool.
So I thought it was like, especially from like being a fan of punk music, to discover new bands in the area that I can listen to and follow, really makes me feel quite warm to the place. So yeah.
I mean,
Plus they had a dessert called Oreo Speedwagon, which is why would you not enjoy that? Oreo Speedwagon and red velvet underground cupcakes.
I'm not like I'm not a fan of Oreos, but I do like speed and wagons, so I'm
Mad for speed.
oh, speed.
those were the days.
The gentleman's drug.
Oh, they were so good.
The thinking man's Coke.
I mean, I just meant the Keanu Reeves film, but then
Look at him sweating in the
Yeah, so did I.
yeah.
That's a good point, actually. On this night out, is this post gig? So you got a nice little post gig high on, or not?
No,
Okay.
I don't think it is. Because as you know, Michael, when I'm performing, I don't usually drink. So it usually after a gig, there's only a space of like 2 or 3 hours to get drunk to enjoy the high whilst also being drunk. I can't be dealing with it. I'd rather just get drunk through the day. What I'm saying is, I'm quitting comedy to become an alcoholic. So
I'm pretty sure those two go hand in hand.
Not mutually exclusive.
We do this podcast because there's a wealth of people.
yeah, and you invited Sham.
The one person on the scene not an alcoholic. So, any more venues, or are we reaching
I
the?
feel that's kind of it. There's quite a few venues there. I'm pleased with my selection.
Bit of food on the way.
Oh,
home.
you've got to have a bit of food. And here's where it gets beautiful. Glasgow style Munchie box.
Oh yes.
You've got to have one of the like just pakoras, onion rings, rice, chips, fucking everything in a pizza box. It's filth, and I get it in directly in and around my face.
Are we going for some condiments?
Oh, yeah.
Name them.
Name and shame your condiments.
No, Jake.
A jar of mayonnaise to be consumed.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh style. Garlic aioli just to annoy you. Yeah, garlic and herb is kind of the go-to condiment for that sort of food. So yeah,
Definitely.
that maybe a bit of like a chili sauce as well.
Yeah, a bit of a kick.
Yeah, because you've got to have that
Cut through the deep fried.
I love getting like a chili high from sauces, and that's like hot sauces. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Because then the next day when you're on the toilet, you're just gonna wreck the thing.
Eating
You're back to BrewDog.
yeah.
him again.
I just can't leave.
The cleaner just watching you walk in. It's like,
No, the prophecy has been foretold. He returns for more.
the cleaner's there like, oh, job done. I can finally get home. And you're like, hello, sir.
No.
Right, shall we? Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Any laws or rules? To be
Yes.
made?
Oh,
Laws and
okay.
rules. Always forget about that
What
one.
would I introduce as a law? You know what? I don't think I'd enforce anything. I think it's just
Keeping it with that punk aesthetic.
yeah.
what you want,
Everyone's there to enjoy their night out. Why would I enforce anyone to not
I mean, we
themselves.
started with you choosing people's drinks for them. The first thing on my page is dictator.
And so it should be every time I enter the room. No, I think I'd be quite open.
But people are dicks.
Oh, it's like we've changed roles.
Or
here.
have you banned it's only your friends?
I think I'd deliberately choose a night where it's less busy. Like
Like a Tuesday or something.
yeah. Just,
Thursday's the best night to go drinking. Yeah.
no, because then
it
you've
is.
got to deal with Friday.
Oh no,
It's
there's no
like-
real work on a Friday.
I'm saying Wednesday drinking.
Okay.
Wednesday drinking, right in the middle of the week. Everyone's having a bit of a rough day, so like, fuck it, yes. Let's go Wednesday.
Let's get over the
drinking.
hump.
Exactly. So I think
Although actually, I'd ban anyone who does call Wednesdays hump days. So yeah, that can go to hell.
I would. I don't think I'd ban anything. Everyone's just there to enjoy themselves. I don't want to be too stringent. I mean, they're all drinking when I tell them to drink.
Drink
I don't wanna be
when
too
and where.
stringent, yeah.
They're all reading things while they poo.
And then the beauty of it is, if I do find any beers I've not tried before, I am using the Untapped app. I am getting it in there.
Untapped if you want to.
Sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to say, send us your free app.
Send us merch. They do merch, I think.
Yeah, they do. Like
Do they?
when you log
Who's getting-
every
Oh
couple of
my
beers you log,
God.
they're like,
Who's
"Oh, we're
getting
giving you
that?
£5 off the Untapped store."
Yeah.
Who's buying merch from Untapped? You just rock around with a t-shirt. With
This is like the
one
next
Untapped
episode. We're going to come in with like Untapped
What is it? Is it-
Untapped t-shirt.
Is it Untapped on the front and I'm a massive virgin on the back?
It's free swag. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will wear anything anyone gives us, regardless of political affiliation or anything else like that.
So yeah, I think that sums up my night.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly sum it up and then we'll have a break while I score it.
Okay.
Cool.
We're having some pre-drinks in various locations with various groups of people.
Yeah.
On the toilet.
With some European import Stella Artois
Yes,
and
please.
some Tiny Rebel Kutch and maybe some Rioja
Yeah.
for, you know, those who fancy it.
Yeah. Open options.
Then we're off to BrewDog, but not current BrewDog bar when it first opened.
Classic BrewDog.
We're having a hardcore IPA, which is like a dipper of some form.
Mm-hmm.
And you're with your comedy mates and you're taking a big shit.
Yes.
Then we're off to Weems Bay, which is in Scotland somewhere,
Yes.
to the station, which is a tiny little pub, station pub. And you have some tenants, and then you bring in Nick Offerman in for some lovely whiskies.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got the Flapper
Yep.
for no reason, even though you
It's just I just thought bring it home.
We're off to Flight Club for a Pêche de Mortel or Tokyo Star or both.
Yes, please.
They're off to Paradiddles, was it?
Paradiddles,
Worcester, Glaswegian Munchie Box on a Wednesday.
That and
Anything you want to change before
No,
lock it in?
To be honest with you, I'm erect right now, so yeah, let's lock it in.
Lock it in. Lock it in. Let's go. All right, we'll have a little break and then we'll be back. And we're back, and I've got my judgment for you.
Okay.
You've done well.
Ooh, good.
Because your pre-drinks, as I've already mentioned a few times on this podcast, I do like pre-drinks, and you chose drinks which sound nice, so that's a 10.
Yes.
So Red
Starting off
Stripe
with
4, Stella 10.
European
Is it-
Stella.
He sold it. It was like,
Okay.
it's amazing.
Thank you.
He sold it to me.
It's fancy Stella.
Oh, I'm sorry, Red Stripe.
Look for Red Stripe, mate.
It's from Jamaica, Red Stripe.
Jamaica by way of Newcastle.
Then we've gone to BrewDog, which I didn't go when it just opened. I've only been recently, so I've kind of had to imagine because I'm not a big fan of the recent one.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm there's other place I'd probably go, but the hardcore IPA, pretty nice beer, and I really like a big shit, so that's got a 9.
Lovely.
And then this tiny little pub in Scotland, that sounded great, and Nick Offerman whiskies, Scottish Highlands.
Idyllic.
Yeah, not a problem. So that's got another 10.
Yes.
Then the Flapper, I've given a 6 because I gave Mike a 6 for it
Yeah,
as well.
seems only fair.
And you didn't even like the flapper.
Yeah. And I should mark it down for just
for
hypocrisy.
stealing my choice.
I'd say it was more just laziness.
Then we've got Flight Club, which I've given a 7 because I do kind of want to go there, but I've got no idea what it's like.
Yeah.
I'd have given Flight Club a 10 if they are listening.
Oh, right.
I would have given them 180.
Well, if you are listening to Flight Club, invite me down. I'll give it a 10 from now on whenever somebody mentions it.
Although ironically, a 10 is a shit score in darts. So,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 10?
Which you'd know if you're into Flight Club more.
Oh, there's so much we could learn.
Step up to the hockey and learn. There you go. That's another.
Paradiddles sounded all right. 8.
Yeah,
It was just a bit.
grand.
Well, it sounded a bit shit, but I quite like the idea of the local stuff.
Yeah, I didn't sell it particularly well, but it was good.
Then the Munchie box, 10. Wednesday, a 9. Because I do think a midweek night out's better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Avoid all the mass and crowds. Yeah.
But because that's as good as other midweek nights, I can't give it a standout 10. Which gives the overall score of 9, going to the top of the league.
Yes! Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Shocking.
place your audience, mate.
Shocking.
Yes.
Absolutely shocking.
Oh, 8.5. I feel quite confident.
Oh, there is no justice in the world, honestly. that is not.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Absolutely
It's
not.
almost as if I just make them up as I go along for what's going to get a good reaction.
I mean, I do the bookings. That's no way. to
Aidan's plan is just to split up double act.
Next up, the good kids.
All right, well, yeah, anything you want to plug?
Oh, yes, plug time. So, as we mentioned in the last show,
It was 2 weeks ago, so.
I know, 2 weeks ago. What a
2 weeks
what a
it's been.
fortnight it has
God,
been.
you've aged.
And you with your shirt. So yeah, we are part of a double act. We are the Kamikaze Club, and we run nights. I know. We run in the Jewellery Quarter at 1000 Trades Bar on Frederick Street. I even know the street name. Ha.
Do you know what day
That's
it is,
the
though?
third Wednesday of every month.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The third Wednesday of every year.
But Tom, how much does it cost to get in?
It's absolutely free. It starts about 7:30 to maybe 8 o'clock, runs to the end of the night, and it's very lovely. You should come down and try
It's,
some of their
we're
beers,
actually,
eat some of their food. It's very nice.
And the night's been nominated twice in the Birmingham Midlands Comedy Awards.
Yes,
last 2
it
years
has.
running.
Best small club. Thank you very much.
And I won Best Promoter as well. But
Yeah,
just me.
and
Just
a-
me.
and a shandy. And if you can't come to that one, you should definitely come to our other night at the Mockingbird Cinema in Digbeth, which is on the first Thursday of every night. And guess what? It's also bloody free. It's like we're just giving away all this entertainment.
Gibb Street, that street.
It's on the Custard Factory.
There you
That.
go.
But where can they find us on Facebook and
They
Twitter?
can find
and
us
stuff?
on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for helping me. At the Kamikaze Club. Please put the Kamikaze Club, because if you just put Kamikaze Club, you find a Japanese J-pop band, and it's clearly not who we are.
Yet.
Yeah,
One day we shall have the dance moves.
that's the end goal.
Yeah. Comedy, then Japanese J-pop. It's a staggering ladder.
That's how it works. Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
BTS started.
That's true. That's
They
true.
were an improv collective.
And then you go into.
They were at the Bush every week.
Oh, love the bush.
There we are.
Well,
So that's who we are.
thank you very much, guys,
Thank you for having us.
for
Thank you.
coming on.
Cheers.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There we have it.
There we go. New
Big.
leader of the pack.
Big score.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very generous.
So it turns out to win in the sort of Aidan school of judging, you just need to have a big shit.
Yeah, that'll
That's
do
what
it.
I like. Aidan's into scat porn.
I'm not. I don't think. I'm not sure I've
Anymore.
tried it. Maybe I am.
Yeah, you don't know until you've tried.
Try anything once. What?
That'll be the theme for our next podcast. Scat. Lovely.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit, you can follow us on
the
social
socials.
media. We're at the NDA Pod on
Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter and the Gram, and we're also on Facebook. Just Never Drinking Again podcast. We're on Bebo. We're on
Hit us up on LinkedIn.
Tinder.
Tinder.
I have a link to the pod. Well, I copied. You have a link to the podcast.
Yeah, all my dating profiles.
All
is
of
just listen to the Never Drinking
Well, you
Again
got Tinder, Hinge, Bumble.
That's
Grind
That's a
because you
lot.
gay.
oh what a funny homophobic
Homophobia is
joke.
funny. So yeah, ignore our homophobia and please continue listening
Dan's
to us.
homophobia.
We are a double act. We are one team. We are one
We're
team, one
not a
dream.
double act.
Please stop saying this. It's very hurtful. And yeah, so follow us. Keep listening. And yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
See you in a fortnight. See you in a fortnight. See you in a fortnight. See you in a fortnight.